it is very important to be mindful and aware of the things that we do not or choose not to give our attention to. The mind struggles to process a negative. For instance, when you have a choice in life, you have a direction you can go that you know is not to your benefit. When you have that proverbial fork in the road and you know it's going to lead you to a place that's probably not the best outcome for you. Sometimes, especially when you're young, you choose to go anyway. You choose to take that turn regardless because you can't help your curiosity. It's a morbid curiosity, and you have to know just how bad it can be. You can't be left in suspense. There's a part of your mind that just doesn't comprehend that, right? You don't seem to realize that curiosity does in fact sometimes kill the cat. And you're still at that stage in life when you're younger, and sometimes it prolongs itself where you can't avoid making a mistake without actually making it. Let me clarify that. You have to see the consequences firsthand. Your mind cannot process the consequences without actually experiencing them, or at the very minimum experiencing a close call. Now, I think a healthy human mind is supposed to, in due time, become wise to the fact that that there are consequences to life, and that one doesn't always have to experience them to know how they work. This is where it helps to call upon past experience, your own past experience, and also the experience that in other people, the experience that you've seen other people go through when they've made their mistakes. You have to take all that in and process it and not take it lightly. There has to be a point in time, and I think it happens to everybody. I don't think anybody needs me to tell them this. I think we all go through this. There has to be, or there is perhaps, a point in everybody's life where a person realizes that a thing is not to be done. Maybe that mistake has been made often enough that there's no need to make it again, to recognize its potential downsides, its potential consequences. I think some of us are a little bit more wise to this than others. And some people only have to go through a mistake once to know that such a thing is not to be done. And it could be anything. It could be small things. I think it's actually the little things that ultimately get to you. It's those little choices you make day in and day out. Those little choices that sap you of your time and energy. Even if it's just a little bit at once, collectively it becomes a lot because it's so easy to do. It's like putting it's like putting a penny in the slot machine, right? And if you lose that penny, you lose that penny, and so you can just keep doing it. Whereas if you were asked to put $100 in there and you knew you were almost guaranteed to lose them, well, that's not going to be so easy, right? And those day-to-day tiny little choices that we make, which sap us of our time and energy, they coalesce, and they have a very big impact collectively over the long term.